I know this is going to sound very strange, but the Ascended Masters just downloaded frequency remedies for ALS and Parkinson's, and how beings that have those types of disassociated their energy system from their body to start to reconnect, to get feeling again, to start to feel again, to start to correct some of the misconceptions in the mind, because there's always a misconception in the mind for things to manifest in the body. As within, so without. But also, as the knower, so the feeler. If you have knower, what is the knower? It is you. It is who you are. I have called upon support from Jesus, so he will be popping in whenever he feels like it. And a lot of it is him directing the conversation, inspiring me where to go and what to do. And so that is how it functions here. And there is no difference with these frequency remedies. So I don't take dictation from outside. I go by what they are showing me and guiding me to do. And so what happened? I want to explain what actually happened, because it's very interesting. So as some of you know, we are the Ascended Masters have guided me to give away free energy read sessions for you guys. And some of you have signed up, and that's great. Some beings, I find they are so closed in their energy field that it's hard to get through to them in the reading. So they asked for a reading, but then they behave in a completely different way, like as if they've got it all figured out type of thing, you know? Like, it's interesting, some beings just have a wall and they can't see past that wall. And so in some cases, I'm like, where's the in here? And the in was that they produced two remedies through me. One was to calibrate the knower, calibrate the logical mind, so that they get more in alignment with truth energetically for that particular issue, right? And that is a remedy that okay, so, and then part two, let me say this first. And part two was a remedy for more the feeler part, the integration between the knower and the feeler again. Because it needs to be like that. It needs to first be the comprehension. Otherwise, you're not going to land the energy. You're just going to siphon it out to some kind of weird stories. And that's not what we want for you. So we want you to see energy accurately. And so in those cases, it turns into a Gaia session. Because I have then gotten, my mission is then, because their soul was talking to my soul, saying, here, can you fix this one? I want to get online too, you know? I don't want to just have these stupid, weird energies and having my avatar just running around there following stupid dictations, you know? So the soul was the one connecting us. And this was what the soul wanted, was these remedies. So, if you're interested, by the way, when I'm talking about these remedies, I will always link these remedies below. And they were created and they are available. And part 1 and part 2 are to be listened to at the same time in conjunction with the 28-day shift. Either the free one and or the free one and level 1. That's something that can be moved up to, if that is what you're working on. And what we are advising here is energy, to start to move the energy in the right direction. That is what we're helping with here, right? Because once you have corrected the energy and the energy starts to flow, you can start to make progress, right? In areas that you didn't even think that you could do progress. It's just like a muscle. Your focus is just like a muscle. With training, your focus is the most holy. Your focus produces. Your focus alone produces more. More of what? More of anything that you choose to focus on. That's what your focus is for. To bring more of. You can choose more of what. Right? And so sometimes when there are illnesses of the body, the mind can get locked in certain pathways of seeing the world. And that's what needs to be recognized, that, yeah, I know I'm a little bit thick. There's definitely something here. I get it. I can't just think that I got it all figured out, because clearly the evidence is this thing in the body. There's clearly something I haven't figured out. Because your body is your proof, my dears. Your body is your proof how well you're doing inside. How well are you seeing accurately? But sometimes the soul is a little bit high. Meaning it's not connected to the feelings because it's scared about what it is. Because it's scared because of what it was told. So it believes false stories about what it is. Based on what? The mind. The mind is after the feelings. So the mind, however many labels you can classify a sickness as, what is the truth energetically? Your soul escaped the body. So get back in there. Right? That's the only thing. Your soul is escaping the body. Because your soul, what is the soul? It's just a filter in the knower currently that has a little virus. And that needs to be plucked one by one. 1 by 3. And so that is how... hang on a second. My body, this is the thing. It's important to listen to the body, even for this being right now. The body was thirsty. There's a sensation there. I'm paying attention. I, the knower, the one that knows, the one that should know and ought to know, but that we are also assisting with these videos to get you, your knower, a bit more online of what's going on, right? And then when you're ready to make these shifts yourself, and it doesn't have to be Parkinson's or ALS, it can be anything else. Anything else that requires your focus to change, which is everything. So, the first thing to do, we offer this free 28-day consciousness shift program. There is a link in the description to sign up. That is completely for free. And that is the foundation. And then, if you book a free energy read from us, you might be lucky that there is one remedy getting created, or you can instigate one if you choose and if you want to have something very special. These remedies are right now very in exploration, and so these prices will go up fast. just for your information. So in this exploration phase, take advantage of it. Invest in these frequency remedies because they're linked to energetic truth. That's why they're special. They're more special than other meditation because they're linked to truth. It is not only about lulling you in some kind of fantasy. It is about aligning you, opening your energetic pathways so that your soul can land. That's what we're doing here. We're assisting you to calibrate your body so that your soul can land. And that is a different operating system. It's going to feel a little different. And you're almost going to feel like you're a little bit crazy because you're moving from this old, dense version of reality to this new version of reality. And that, let me tell you, I've been through it. It is a bit of a head fuck. You know, like you just like, what's reality again? Like what? It is a little bit like that to actually go through this landing process. Because then you actually get visceral feelings of what it is to be in the body, which is a totally different game than living it from the head. It is totally different, let us tell you. It is very different. And that's how you can start to make sense of things. That's when you've started the landing process. And then you have to figure out this environment from that perspective, from the landed perspective, because it's different than operating from the mind. If you're operating from the mind, it's just thoughts bouncing around. And then your body is just used to acting based on thoughts. It's not used to actually fully being aligned and making the action. That's like you being the gameplay character in this movie, in your movie. You're meant to be that, right? It's like you have some strange program running in your system, and these Heya sessions are the corrections of those so that you can finally get out of these karmic loops, because these are karmic loops that we're addressing. Even if it's things like sickness, it's just everything stems from the mind at some level, and these are the corrections of the mind, how you correct the mind back into truth. And when you correct the mind back into truth, your body has to naturally follow. That is law. Once you correct the knower first, then, and the feeler at the same time, at the very least, and then eventually, once the knower knows, when the knower knows the truth, then part two, and you just keep practicing, and keep practicing, and keep practicing. And enjoy it. Make it your life's mission, because it is. That is the first step of the life, of the soul mission, to get the soul into the body. That's lesson one. Not lesson one, step number one. And that can take a while. The process of recalibrating the mind, that can take some time. Just get as much light as you can, and then process, let the body integrate. That's why they're in these drips every day. Because if you get too much light in one go, you can fry your systems. Literally. Because it is a lot of light that's coming through this avenue. He has been prepared for many years, gone through exactly what he needed, transcended exactly what he needed to get to this place where we are communing and coming through with remedies that will assist people and their soul to land. That is what these Heya sessions are. They're very valuable. Please enjoy them, and we would highly recommend to support the channel if you, when you start to see that they're working, because many have already written that they are working. And we would really appreciate your video testimonial, please. That is something that is just part of this game and part of growing nowadays. That's something that you can do to support this channel. That is very valuable, because that is you confirming that you see it too. And then you're part of this movement. We love you. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.